Hello, everybody. What up, Razzle? Neptune, JVDK, Japhnis, thank you, or happy birthday, Daphnis. Ural, hello. Paul, I see you there. Bell, hello, hello. We're gonna play a little bit more Satisfactory today. And hello, Rudra. You unlocked blenders. You can make smoothies now. Uranium flavored smoothies, my favorite. Hello, Spacewalker. Have some uranium smoothies with your nuclear pasta. It'll be pretty good. I'm sure it will. Nothing like smoothies and glowing in the dark. You wonder what that does to your teeth and your intestines? I don't know. Did I automate filter production? I did not automate it, but Joe did. It is automated. All right, where did we leave off yesterday? I think we got this being piped over here. We have this. We don't have any of the items, so we need the nuclear waste being piped over, and I think it was silica. Let's take a look real quick. Where is my browser window? This one. So we need sulfuric acid, silica, uranium, and this is gonna produce non-fissile uranium going into the particle accelerators. So I guess our next task is to get some silica. I know there was a quartz vein nearby. Wrong button, this button. Let's see where it is. I know there's one nearby though. By nearby, I mean 500 meters away. Oh. Hey, Joe. Guess I should undeafen. Hello, Joe.
Howdy, Hip.
How are you today?
I am doing very well.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know Isuma just had to work on a Minecraft update video, so he might be joining us a little later. He didn't say that to me, but that's just the usual pattern for him on these Wednesdays when they have a big update thing.
Yeah. That's fine. He thinks Minecraft is more important than friends. No, that's fine. It's cool.
I get it. Yeah, I feel that too in my heart, my sad, sad heart. So yeah, I'm over here. It looks like your blenders are producing nitric acid.
Yep.
So what were we going to work on first? Were we going to go try out that hypertube, or were we going to start processing? I feel like that's a good way to kick off everything, right?
Yeah, I was just going to start running some more logistics over, but we can check out the hypertubes.
Awesome. Yeah, you had me put the input over by the drone port, by the stacks here.
Yeah, I'm on my way over there.
I am also converging on the site. I'll wait to hop in the tube until you join me. And we can move the precise location of this. This is just me getting it in the area.
Uh-huh. I am at the drone port.
Okay, I don't see you.
I'm on the drone port.
Oh, there you are now. Howdy.
Hello.
Hi. So yeah, if you just hop in here. Ta-da!
Oh, my, wow. Okay, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sudden.
Yeah, it's a lot. This is a very long distance hypertube. Which is why it took me like 90 minutes to get it in place.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I can see. Aha, and we're stacking the hypertubes on the road. Okay.
Yeah, once we get to for that brief bit there to get to this little depot where we have 4 hypertubes converging. This is the biggest hypertube depot on the server right now.
It feels very yellow in this area. Is it just me?
That's the sun because of the fog from the desert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just where the sun is. It isn't normally. But yeah, so the nuclear lake is just roughly what I'm calling your thing for right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got another hypertube here to the desert computer plant. The one out this way goes to the north nuclear tower. So this way, if you were like, Joe, can you go grab some plutonium real quick so we can test something? I can just hop over there and grab that. And then we've got another one that runs to the coal plant all the way back here. This is maybe not the best way to organize these. This was never intended to be a hypertube hub. It just kind of ended up as one.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking it might be a project for us to like make a dedicated place for these hypertubes to all converge into.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I was imagining is when we get those dimensional doors, like which is a little bit further into the end game, I think those are super expensive. So we probably have those go to local hubs from our main hub. So we'd have like a place like this with a bunch of hypertubes coming off it. But I don't know if it makes sense to try to design those now when we don't necessarily know what the footprint is or what those look like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's one of those things that we're going to have a dimensional door to every place or if we're just going to have one to get from like one side of the map to the other or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, and like I'm not sure how much power they use and all that, but yeah, we might have to scale those up slowly is kind of what I'm assuming.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay, so if you wanted, we could go to my north nuclear pillar and I could show you how I'm processing in a very ugly temporary way the plutonium stuff there.
Sure.
For the waste. Okay, yeah, let's head on this way then.
Oh, that was a
much shorter one. Yeah. So yeah, this is where I set up the temporary. All of this is basically going to go. These temporary towers over here were just to make sure we had enough power for the drone ports that we didn't trip everything while you got your stuff set up.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the main thing I'm having it do, or since we don't really need the surplus power, I'm mostly just having it create extra nuclear waste so that I can process it into plutonium.
Okay.
So if you follow where the nuclear waste line is running here.
I see you bouncing around.
Yeah, you see me bouncing around. I'm going to where the nuclear waste goes, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like by the particle accelerators.
Okay, yeah, I see you now. Cool. So we're routing into the particle accelerator some of the basic waste as well as the non-fissile uranium, which we're generating with these blenders down here one level below. So this is kind of the fancy thing that you were about to kick off.
Right.
I think, where you got the waste, silica, nitric acid, and sulfuric acid. This is not intended to be a hyper-sustainable way to do this. This is just learning proof of concept stuff. So I've got the silica coming in via the drone port above. But yeah, once again, you can see I've got the array of batteries over there. I talked about making sure I had temporary batteries to get the water pumps going if I need them.
Oh, they actually look like Duracell batteries. Look at that.
I know, right? So yeah, I've just got an array of like 50 something of them. They don't actually cost too much to make.
I've never actually seen these things before.
Yeah, we hadn't really bothered with them. But then when I realized how screwed I was with these pumps failed and we were dependent on nuclear, I was like, let me go ahead and look into that. Because yeah, somebody in my chat was like, yeah, pumps failing bad. Down here, I've got a bunch of water plants. These are not good either. Like I said, this is all just proof of concept. Does it work? Refine it later, you know?
Yeah.
The pipelines I'm probably going to keep in place, so I actually try to do a good job with those in the first place. I've got them built on these frameworks here, which I think looks pretty okay, then stacked.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the stacked ones you're talking about? Yep.
Yeah. Those are one of the few things that I'm actually intending to maintain into the final here. I've been experimenting with putting catwalks along those as well, so then it's easier to just, have some place to stand and look at the stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so this is all basically at the point now where I've proven that we can generate the plutonium pellets with the particle accelerator, and then I've got up here on the upper part here, the actual processing of the plutonium. I don't know if you can see where I am, but I'm basically at the highest point.
I don't know where you are. I'm spinning my camera. You are way up there. Okay, I'm trying to make my way over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good the power is over here. I'm using rocket fuel.
That's what I'm doing as well. Okay, I'm up here.
But yeah, up here is where I'm processing the plutonium pellets into plutonium fuel rods. We're going to need to be able to actually use plutonium fuel and then use the plutonium waste to make some of the other end game items that we don't have yet.
Right.
So I just wanted to get a head start on producing that. Right now, those plutonium fuel rods are just being dumped into a container because I realized I can't just hot swap them into my existing plant without the plutonium waste getting mixed in with the uranium waste.
Yeah, so you got to make a separate plant for the plutonium.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm about to be rebuilding all this stuff anyway. I'll just save that for the next phase.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, if there's anything that you were curious about in terms of any of this, I'm happy to answer questions, but I think it should be pretty straightforward other than how confusing it all is.
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. The only confusing thing is that I've just never done it before, so I'm just kind of like learning how I as I go, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and I find like looking at the wikis and stuff doesn't help me as much as like just building a manufacturer and putting the recipe in and then looking at the rates and stuff.
yes, you know? That's what I find is helpful as well.
Yeah, so if you want to poke in and look at anything here, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we can just head back via that super fancy hypertube.
Okay. Where was the hypertube?
Hypertube is near the truck entrance. Which is on the southeast side.
I am at the... Oh, I see it. Yep.
Yep. So you just take that, and that'll get you back to the fun zone in just a jiffy.
Yay, fun zone!
Woo! And then Nuclear Lake right here. Now, I will say this is a little slower on the return trip because the uphill is further in, so the acceleration from the initial push doesn't carry you over the bump the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun.
No, it's not like it's super slow. It's just not as fast.
Well, you can just double up the entrances and have like 50 of them.
Does that work?
I think it might. I have no idea. I've never tried. All I know is those entrances cost power each one to run all the time, so...
Gotcha. But yeah, I've also got this all running along with power, so if at any point along here we were like, oh, hey, let's go grab some minerals or something, we can just take the power lines.
Oh, yeah, so I see. This slows way down at this point. It slows
us way down, yeah. It'll start picking back up once you hit the next corner there, but like... Yeah, sorry, it's just not optimized.
Well, I mean, not much you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about making the whole thing like much more gradual on the slope or something like, but like it's a lot of work for very little payoff if we're not. I don't know how often we're gonna have to go back and forth here. It's just nice to have when we do need it, you know.
And then this is on the sulfur line, I see.
Yeah, this is over the sulfur line now, and so. If we need to, we can stack another hypertube up to that sulfur miner, or if you need to add other factories up there for other reasons, you know.
All right. Well, if nothing else, having a way to and from is pretty good.
Yep.
I almost wonder if it would have been better. Where is spawn from here? Aren't we close to spawn?
Kind of.
There's too much smoke. I can't see
the problem is that spawn is actually like south
this way
of us.
Yeah.
So you could make a tube that goes to spawn, but we kind of already have one. It's just on the other side of the uranium cave.
Sure.
But then, so the thing is, to get back to the fun zone from spawn,
you
have to go to the coal plant and then coal plant to fun zone. So that's like many hops at this point to get to the fun zone from here if we went by spawn, whereas this gets us directly to the fun zone. And from the fun zone, we can get to the computer desert, which is also where Wells' smart plating is, and I think where he wants to put other projects in the future.
Right.
So I'm assuming that, once Wells hops back on, having that desert link is going to be helpful.
And hopefully Wells does come back.
Yeah, I haven't heard any intention of his not to. He's just been slammed.
Okay, well, I am going to continue working on trying to get some silica over here and hooking the rest of this up. So I'm not sure what you're working on today.
Well, I didn't have like a particular plan. I might start working on getting the permanent power plants in on the north pillar. But if you need help getting the silica stuff set up from a logistics standpoint, you can just tell me where to connect to and I can start laying lines or something.
I'm gonna follow the same pattern that I've been doing, putting them on the pillars and all this kind of stuff. So it's a little bit tedious. I don't know if that's something you're interested in doing or not, but
I mean, if you want to do the pillars, I can follow behind with putting the conveyors in or something like that. Or I don't know if that's that might not be a good 2-person job, but I don't mind doing it if you think it would help.
Yeah, it's probably not a 2-person job like you're saying, to be honest.
Okay, no, that's fair. Well, I'm gonna head on back to that north nuclear pillar and start trying to get some of that plutonium processed into waste.
Okay.
Because, oh, another thing I saw is, I think one of the things we unlocked is called something like photonic matter, and we can make that with converters. We're gonna need a bunch of it at some point, but we don't necessarily need it now. It might be while we have this big power surplus, a good idea. We might want to just start throwing some of that into the fluid tanks, because I don't think it's manufactured very quickly. You know what I mean?
I don't know. If you think it's a good idea, maybe.
Yeah. Well, the big thing about it is it's hard to get to, since it's like a fluid that doesn't package well. I think we would need to basically know where we were going to put our quantum encoder, because like I think the quantum encoder uses it for everything we would make, basically. So like if we were like, oh, okay, this is where we're going to put our quantum encoder factory, let's just set up some converters to run in the background for now. But yeah, might not be worth it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opinion that I don't personally like setting up temporary things because we're gonna need things in the future. Like if we need something, just set up the permanent thing. But
yeah, that's fair. Okay.
have you seen the uranium node by the swamp? It's another really cool cave covered by a waterfall. I think I was in there, but I don't know if you're talking to me specifically. Another uranium node is on the tallest peak in the game. Yeah, that's the one Joe went after. Trying to think like what's the best way to get this output up on this belt without having a thing. I don't think I can do this because I think that's going to be too tall. It's also going to curve a little bit. I don't think there's a good way to do it. I think we just do this. Could be wrong, but I don't think there's a good way to do it. The vertical. Bum, bum, bum. So I need one of these right there. We're gonna put these little support beams, inverted ramp slope, whatever, the 4-meter one. Inverted ramp wall, this. So we want this right here. We're gonna scooch that over to right there. And we want this one right there. Oh, I don't want to zoop it. And then we get rid of this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. How far do we go? Right here. I do not know if this is connecting to... Yeah, I want it connecting to that, not the support. Why they didn't align nodes with the world grid is a mystery. I agree. It's like so silly that they didn't do that. This is another drop off. I mean, we're kind of getting there. I don't. Well, let's just see where this goes. That's pretty high up. That's above our platform. Okay, so we need to drop this down somewhere. Where do we drop this down? How about right here? Now, is this going to be low enough? I actually don't know. Let's find out. I might have to do... that's like right where the... actually, no, that's fine. But I think I need to be over this way. I need to be in line basically with this pipe here. Where am I? Okay, I think we'll go straight like I was doing, and then we'll cut over by the line and like stack them up. And I get like something that keeps itching my nose. Ugh. Must have like a cat hair or something caught in my beard or something that's like tickling my nose. And then we'll do like... Well, I was gonna say that we'll do like a stacked conveyor on this. Maybe we will. I don't know. I don't think there's any good way for me to get that belt attached without clipping through this. So I think that's gonna have to be scrapped here. Maybe if we put this like here and then up. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like it's gonna work. Like we're gonna have to drop it down and then go over and then connect to that. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. The other thing is like we could probably keep it higher. Like maybe go up 2 of these and then keep it at this height to match up with the height of those. So that could help us out a little bit. We will see. All right, let's run this belt and see where we end up. Right here. I need to get rid of this tree, I think. Right, and then we are coming into this one. This needs to come back one. And floor hole. And this guy. Is that too far to like snap? I guess it must be. Since it isn't snapping. It's still not snapping. Why not? Well, it's at height anyway. Maybe go make it go above that pipe and then drop it down just after. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. We will figure it out when we get there. This is like the simple part that I don't have to think too much about. Okay, invert. Amp wall. No, it's a bit. That's fine right there. One right there. Okay, so now we need one of these right here. To there. Oh, actually, I kind of want that there. All right, so we are stopping. I think right here. I'm gonna go back one just to be sure, though, just to be safe. Okay, so this is as far as we can go, and then we got to worry about how we're going to continue this on. right, we got a little bit of Mother Nature to get rid of. Let's take care of that while we're here. I think there was some more that I wanted to get rid of. There's some plant material here anyway. Like, I technically don't have to get rid of all of these, but I kind of feel like, especially this, having a tree grown right through a belt doesn't really make sense. Like, this one is fine. It's not actually interfering with the belt at all, so we'll leave that. I mean, I cannot interact. Oh, I bet I can if I saw the shrubbery here. It should get that too. There we go. Okay, so now we're down to here. Rip shrubbery. So in order for this belt to like curve and then curve, this has actually got to be back further. So I think if we move this to like right here, this might work. I don't know for sure. Okay, so we might want to bring this up another one. So we're going up here. That is not good. Let me back that down. Whoa. That's gotta be right. So since we did that, I can actually move this here. I'm not, would this belt actually work if I started it from right here? I guess so. So we'll do that. Okay. So now we come over here, we're on this pillar. I don't know what the actual height is. Is that still too low? What is that? That is 1, 2, 3. That's the 4th rung. This is 1, 2, 3. So like one more. So where does that interact with here? Is that to here? That's actually still too low. Huh. We need to be at this height, I think, in order to go into here. Or we go underneath somehow. Which, actually, I think that's what I was intending on doing before. Okay. So is this going to look really terrible if I descend this belt down to here? It's not great. It's not awful. Now we need it over here. So nuclear waste is going to be coming from here. Let me place this guy. So we're going to assume nuclear waste is going to enter there. So this is going to be coming into here. I don't know what height though. I don't think I can just drop that down. Maybe I can. Like, what does that look like if I do this? That looks pretty bad. What if I do that? That looks pretty bad. So if I could place, this would have to drop down one, which is fine. If I place this guy, we want to reverse it. Something like this, maybe? I mean, we could also pull that out further. It doesn't have to be right there. But we could do something like that, and then this belt. Okay, well. We'd actually make it so this belt doesn't actually elevation change. Two, three, four. I think it was that height, yeah? Or is it this the right height? That appears to be the right height right there. So we need... we need basically up to there. Come on, just put another thing on it. Oh, no. Default. Let's put another one right here. We reverse this. So that height, and we spin it around. Hello? What the heck? I'm so confused what's going on right now. You? Why? What is even happening? This is the wrong way. Okay. That's what's happening. Right, and then belts. And now we're going into the upper one. Yep. Okay. We can get rid of this stuff. I'm not sure how we're gonna like deal with this later, but we'll deal with it. Okay. So that's, well, actually that's just raw quartz. We still have to turn into silica, right? Which is just a constructor. Now, the other question I have is like, how much do we need? According to this, we need 150 silica. So 150 divided by 37.5. So we just need 4. Wouldn't it be better to raise is from the point where the belt drops at the beginning? I don't understand. I'm sure I did that in a stupid way, and I'll look at it again with fresher eyes once we get done making the silica. But we definitely don't want rock quartz over here. I'm sure you guys are saying something, why take the belt from that height, dropping it down and then bringing it back up again? The only reason why I'm doing that is because that's how I initially had that set up, as we already had the inputs coming from under the ground. Okay, so this belt goes away. We need to set up, well, I guess we get rid of this. All of this. Zoop it. We need to set up 4 constructors making silica. It was a constructor, right? Constructor. One, 2, 3. This will be fun. I'm just thinking the output is on the other side and we need to go into here, so we're kind of like gonna have to wrap around, but that's fine. We're kind of lined up with the input. Yeah, the only reason why that I did it that way is because I had initially set it up that way, and I was just trying to make it work with what I'd already set up. We can change it. It's not set in stone. I'm gonna use a smart splitter here. These are just gonna be regular splitters. Is this lined? Oh, this does. Well, is that lined up? Kinda. I mean, it goes in there, so good enough. Merger. That's not what I wanted. Right, and then we want this to come over and hit that, so we can raise this up so it'll match a little bit better. Just gonna do this so I have a place to actually stand. This, I didn't mean to do that far. And this height, is this 2? Yeah, so that's 2. So we just need to raise this up to attach to the second height here. And face this way. All right, guess I'll fill this in. And I think that's pretty good. So we want the center output to be any. We want the left output to be overflow, right output overflow. Because this, I think this was a pure node. Yeah, we're making way more than what we need here. In fact, I could like lower this down. We only need 150. Can I actually get to be 150? Yes, you can. Okay. Wait a second. Let me take a look at this. I'm not sure. It's 3 equals 5, so we even need fewer than that. That's fine. We'll just underclock it for now, and we have extra for later. Next thing, we need power. Power. Nope. All right, so the power is connected here. We need to connect it to main power, but that should be easy enough. Oh, I didn't actually set the recipes on these either. Let's set those recipes. Silica. Copy. Pasta. 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 Okay. You missed some streams here and there. Have we done anything with the main base, or have we left it? We haven't really done a whole lot there. Like, we've upgraded some things, but it's basically unchanged. I know there's power lines there, but that looks like really temporary power lines. Like, where's our main power? Did I hook up power to these blenders? I haven't done that yet. I think that's probably what I need to do, is actually get power on these blenders and then run that along here, because this will be more permanent power. Just gonna put the power pole on the corner of each one of these. I kind of want to go back to spawn at some point and like clean it up and like update it, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like such a low priority. Don't like it. Better. That should be fine. Did I not connect it? Is it missing a connection? What the heck? Hey, Leslie. Where did I not connect this? Connected, connected. Oh, I never connected this to anything. Right. Can I connect you to you? Kind of want to get rid of these. Does this have power? We had power, now we don't have power. What's going on? Okay, I see what's going on. Yep, we need to figure out this power situation. This is awful. We got power lines going everywhere. We need them like in a set location. Otherwise, we don't know like which ones are needed, which ones are not needed. Everybody talks about spaghetti belts, but we got spaghetti power cables. All right, so from here we can drop it down to whatever this was. I don't know. Like, what is all of this? Yeah, those are there so X could fly, but now they're like everywhere and they're hard to see, and I don't want them because now it's confusing to know like where the main power comes from and all this kind of stuff. Like, is this even connected to power right now? Like, it is so hard to figure this out. Even X was having that problem yesterday. I remember him complaining like, see, we got power cables here, but I don't got power. Well, I wonder why. Because there's power cables literally everywhere. Like, why are there so many right here? What is this? I don't know. So that should get us power to the rest of this. We got power. Now I need power over to here. Okay. These have power? Are we getting silica? We're getting silica? Okay, so that's all powered over there. Great. So the next thing that we need to do is we need the nuclear waste to come into here. In fact, we need the nuclear waste to come over here, and it has to come over into this one too, if I remember correctly. I think... No, this doesn't. No, nuclear waste comes over into this one. And this one. Either way, we have to split the nuclear waste, so... You think you're in charge of the smoked cheesy potatoes? That sounds amazing. I want some smoked cheesy potatoes. All right, so let's figure out how we're gonna get the nuclear waste from inside here over here. So he has a conveyor belt door thing. And we need a belt coming out of... Not this one. Like, how are we gonna do this? This is gonna be interesting. Can I build a platform on this thing? Or a foundation? We can build a foundation right here. That'll be temporary. We're gonna do a floor hole. That's not what I meant to do. I think that should give us enough room away from those. Just kind of see what we got here. Oh yeah. Well, I said that's going to be temporary, but I think that actually has to stay there, because if I delete... Well, the floor hole has to stay there. If I delete that floor hole, I think it deletes this vertical elevator, which is not good. We do that. And then I think we can just belt across, I think. I've never done anything like this before. I'm just throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks. Woo, looks like it's working. Okay. So we got that to work. Now we need to wrap that around and like have that come into this place in kind of a neat fashion. Now, I did set up the thing right here, but I can put it on the other side, and it might look better if we, like, have it come over here and around and over and in. But I don't know if we have room. Looks like we got room. So if I bring it over to these pillars, we can kind of run it along. This should be fun. Would that make it too cluttered? Well, I mean, a lot of the things we're doing is making stuff too cluttered. I don't know. Won't know until we try it. So we need the belt over here. Oh, this is like not even aligned to the world grid. Uh-huh. Okay, so let's not do that. Oh, that's aligned to the world grid though. Whoops, zoop it. So we need this to come over here. And then we can go around the corner somehow. I'm just placing these here so I kind of know what I'm doing with this belt. I don't know if this is going to be the permanent thing. Okay, so we come here. I'm gonna put that here. I'm gonna put this one here. And we're just gonna hope things work. How are we going down in elevation? Oh, that is lower, isn't it? Look at that. Huh. Okay, that's fine, whatever. So this actually won't go in the correct spot like this. Let me move that forward one. For a little bit anyway. I hate how we go down elevation, then we come back up elevation, but it's whatever. And then this is just going to stack in each one of these. Yep, okay. So from here, we figure out how we're going to enter into that pipe or that conveyor. We have to be, oh, actually, I guess it's basically straight ahead. We might be able to do this. We could go from underneath, but I think if we go from underneath, we're going to be running into stuff. We have to enter here. We could go straight in, potentially without this. No, we have to have the splitter. That all has to be changed to go the other direction, though. Guess we'll do that now. All right, split. I don't know. I'm gonna assume we're gonna go this way. These are gonna come from this way. I think that last one actually has to be a smart splitter. No, it could just be a regular splitter, because we do have to take some of the extra waste and send it over to the particle accelerator. We'll figure that out. So if I take this, we can do that, but that is pretty ugly. So let's maybe lower that a little bit. We can do that. Alternatively, you can do this. I'm not sure if that's better or not, but that works. Yay, we're gonna radiate the whole place. Okay. So this is making... What are we making? Non-fissile uranium? Non-fissile uranium. Do white... What the heck? Settings copied. Paste. 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 Did I paste? I don't think I pasted. Okay, so we're making non-fissile uranium. We didn't set the outputs of this to go anywhere, but that needs to go into this, but I don't know how yet. So this we're making plutonium pellets. So we need non-fissile and we need some uranium waste. So that means I gotta send 2 belts up. I guess we're gonna put a splitter in front and then have a vertical thing and then have a splitter in front, have a vertical thing. I guess is how we're gonna do this. I don't know. I've never set one of these up before, so I've never set one of the like stackable machines or stacked machines like this before. So I'm not sure exactly how we're doing this. We could do this, put a splitter. And then have that go up, but I don't know how this is gonna work up here. What even is this, a roof? This isn't even a foundation. I can't snap this. Oh, this is awful. Does that mean I can't put a floor hole as well? I can't put... Oh, dude. Big metal pillar. Let me see here. maybe we can put those back. I hope so. This is why, like, building things for aesthetics before building it for function is just not great. Now, the other thing is, I don't know, like, where this floor hole needs to be. It needs to be back here, like, right in front of the circle thing here. Okay. Right there, hopefully. Nope. Is that even in the right spot now? I can't. Oh man, this is awful. Now this is connecting. Okay, splitter. But how do I do this? I guess we're just gonna do this with a splitter on the top. It won't allow me to do this. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's a merger. That's not what I want. I want this. Look, I know this is completely insane. Actually, that's not good either, because now I don't have, like, I have to put this there, and it's gonna be even further over. I guess it doesn't matter. I have to do that anyway. Now the other, oh, that belt, real good. I don't know how we're gonna do the other side. Like, we don't have room. I'm gonna have to, like, tear out that wall to make this work. I have a bit more space behind me. He like packed this in here so tightly with like no room. I don't understand. It looks cool, but it is not great. Not great for what we're trying to do here. One nuclear filter remaining. Thank you. It's taking a lot of effort for me to not just delete all the walls in this place. The frustration level. Right, so we want items coming in. I'm gonna do like a double entrance here. What is it called? Double, no, conveyor wall, double conveyor wall, this thing. So I need this to come out to here. So I need foundations. Like this level? Oh no, is that too high? That might be. No, that's fine. Input, output. Hopefully we can make this work. I am not confident that we'll be able to make this work. We're up too high, so now we're slanting down. Oh, that's not even in line. This one's wrong. Oops. Oh no, that was right. I'm just gonna go up one click. So this might be one of those cases where I do need to have like the squatty one. How can I do that? I need this like here. That is not gonna work. This needs to be in even further. Nope. Oh, I can't do that. Well, first of all, it's not even connecting. But second of all, I need it like facing the other way. I don't think we can do this. Okay. Unless I do this. I need this placed here for, oh, you know what? Maybe if I get rid of this, it'll still work. Oh, it just wants a snap to this. Oh, that is just so frustrating. Wait, did I have it there for a sec? Where? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, but now this is like not in line. Oh. Can I nudge this? I can just do this. How? How do I get you on the ground here? There's gotta be a way. Can I nudge it? Cannot nudge it. That's so annoying. How do I get to not snap? Oh, wait. I quit. Okay, let's stop messing with this trivial stuff. Let's actually figure out if this is even possible. Because, like, how am I going to get a merger or a splitter? I guess we gotta go like this. I can't do it from that side. So we'd have to do it from this side, which is just gonna go through the wall. From the sides, going backwards like from the top. I do not know what that means. Drag down the lifts from the top to the floor down. You're so new to this series, by the way. It's modded and he's playing with Assassin though, right? This is Satisfactory? Or unless you're talking about the modded Minecraft that I'm doing on a different live stream. Turn vertical conveyor output to face machine and the back side of the splitter will be available. This is true. And that'll get me to the second floor. And then when I place the splitter here and we go up and we put this on it, we're going to have the same thing. Maybe what I need to do is just completely embrace chaos. And then we'll just put splitters on these belts. I don't know, guys. I am so... Like, I understand that Azuma wanted to build something that looks cool, but this is so frustrating that I just want to tear it down. And without his guidance here, I have no idea what to do. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this, and I'm just going to put splitters on these in different locations and just bring it up. I think that's about the only thing that we can do. So this is the one that's... The closer one is here. Splitter. Splitter. It's hard to tell like what level this is. That is too high, unfortunately. Is that too low? Dang it, that's too low! That's gotta be it right there. No, it's still too low. I hate everything. That's gotta be it. Yeah. Well, this is about the ugliest thing that I've ever done, but it seems to have done the job, so... I guess the other... Now that I'm looking at this, I guess I could have put splitters on this belt, similar to what I did here, and then scooch these over even further. That might have been the solution. And then we wouldn't have this one. I think I'm going to do that now. Okay. We're going to redo this and that. So I need a splitter on these guys down here. I assume, oh, how is that gonna work if it's tilted like this? I don't know. Hopefully it won't be a problem. Why is this going the wrong way? Was that a merger that I put on there, not a splitter? Okay. Oh. That one is just a click too tall. Let's fix it. Now it's... Oh, now it's one too short. Is this solo? No, I am playing with other hermits. Joe is currently online right now doing something. I'm not sure exactly what it is that he's doing. Azuma normally is on as well, but he is probably making a Minecraft snapshot thing today. I'm just gonna do this, whatever. I'm done messing with this. These aren't even at the same height, and it's because like it's being sloped a little bit, so I'm not sure where to go with this. So let's put one here and one there. I really hate this. I just want it to be known that I hate this. Okay, we've done it. It's ugly as nobody's business, but we have done it. All right. So non-fissile uranium, I guess we'll have go into this one, and then we still need this stuff. How am I gonna do that? We could go under. Floor hole. And then we'll pop that up like over here somewhere. Ooh. I don't know how many clicks. Was that 4 clicks that I did over here? Oh, it won't reach. Oh no! I gotta change the other side. Oh, I never did another side. Whatever. Nope, not whatever. I'm fixing it. This has got to go down 3 clicks, not 4. Maybe 2 clicks? Okay. I guess that's the right height. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Whatever. It's the right height now. This whole place is getting irradiated. Okay, and then we need... What do we need? What's the other thing? We needed this stuff over there. Okay, so let's get this hooked up. No! Dang it. Okay, and then we will... Okay, just thinking real quick, like how I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do these. Merge. Floor hole. I guess that can be closer. I don't know if that's too close. It's good. Belt. Okay, so we got the non-fissile uranium, and then that's going to come over and connect to this guy here. Somehow. Like a soul. Okay, so this is making plutonium pellet. This is already set up. We are not getting the non-fissile uranium in here. Why not? Oh, this doesn't have power. That's what's going on. Can I delete this or will it not allow me to? Fun. I think I can just throw it in here even though it doesn't have power. Okay. All right. Let's make sure all of these things are set on the right setting, and then we'll have to run some power up here. And then we also got to figure out what we're doing with the output. How am I not getting irradiated right here? I don't understand. I think here we're just gonna bring it outside, and I'll just do like a merge chain or something. I don't know, like trying to get this thing to work. So Azuma has power here, but he just never connected these machines to power. Now that the machine is running, I'm getting irradiated. Did we just blow a fuse? No, there's no way we would have. That actually works rather nicely. And this one is just gonna have to do that. Okay. How come we're not getting the non-fissile uranium? Idle. Why is this idle? Nitric acid. 15. What am I missing here? Why is this not running? Oh, I did not know this made water. What do we do with the water? There isn't a way for us to just void water, though. Connected to the nuclear plant system? Man. I don't know how much water the nuclear plant needs. I tell you what, I'm sick of like hearing the radiation sound. Can I get away from this? So we are making 90 more water per minute. And I think that is the amount that we needed for the sulfuric acid. Yeah. So I need to run a pipe network from this. Oh my goodness. Looping all the way back over to where we're producing sulfuric acid. I mean, I guess we could just put it into one of these. Like, how much does this need? And we could lower the amount that we're doing here. This is 25 per minute. And we have 90, which is such a weird number. Can you do like double stacked? No. Yeah, so we need a water return pipe. I did not even know that was a thing that we were going to have to do. I guess I don't have to bring it that far in. Like, we could just do it like over here. So we need 90, and these are producing how much? Well, this isn't even running right now, so I can't hook it up to this one. I'd have to hook it up to like one of these other ones down here. Why are none of these running? Is our power off? No, this is running down here. Yeah, so I guess I could underclock this so it's only producing like 210 and then feed the 90 into here. That's way back over here. I know not all the plants are running. Use water for the uranium waste processing? Did we? Man. Hold on a second. That's right, because we tapped the resource node over here, and we're bringing water over this way. And water is going into these. It's going over into these machines. So we could bring the water over here, right? And why don't we have water now? Is our power off? Nope. I don't understand why we don't have water coming in. Oh, maybe because the output's full? I didn't actually look at all the things. Yeah, the output must be full. Okay. So we can feed the water into here. And the water is here. That's actually really easy to do. Okay. Yep, that's really easy to do. So we just need to have the output from this connect to this line, and we need to drop the flow by 90 coming this way. Does this not have power? I am so confused on what's going on. Why is this not going? Because the output's full. Okay, so this produces 120. We need to cut this down to 30. So I need a valve. This is going to be cut down to 30. And then we connect the output from our current stuff back into our water line going into the sulfuric acid or nitric acid, whatever it is. Yep. Okay, so let's connect these floor holes. I'm so glad they don't have to run pipes all the way back to the nuclear plant. That was like... That seems so unnecessary. And it is unnecessary. But I really didn't want to have to do that. Okay. That's a problem. We can fix it, but it is a problem. Right. So a lot of these I could just like connect directly over, it seems like. This is the only one that's going to be slightly weird. Nope. So I'm just going to do this. I don't like anything about this. Oh, actually, I made a mistake here. I want this to be in line with this guy. And then I need some sort of a crossover thing here. Not my proudest pipe work. Not my proudest. It might have looked better if this was on the other side and like this thing was shorter. But it should all be connected and working. Still need power to that pump. Which pump are you talking about? There's a pipeline pump? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I disconnected this. So we have water in here. It seems like we have too much water. Can I flush this segment? As long as we have none or like slightly on the lower end of the stack size, we should be fine. Full water, full water, full water. This seems to have stopped. Did it stop because of that the uranium that just went in, or are these backed? Oh, these might be backed up by now, actually. Well, they're not backed up. But I don't know what the stack size of those pellets are. Is the last one connected to water out? I thought so. Maybe it isn't. Oh, it is hiding. What a sneaky little fella that one is. Maybe we'll just do this. I feel really bad about this water pipe network. I almost feel like I should redo the nitrogen, get this water one done correctly, and then reattach the nitrogen. I don't know, maybe that's something I'll do like off stream. Hopefully we're good now. Should I put a valve? I guess it can't backflow past this pump. I was thinking maybe I should put a valve like right here so water can't go this way. I don't know if that matters though. Look, as long as it's working, that's all that really matters. Okay, we need to do something with the uranium particle pellet thingies. So we have a bunch of conveyor outputs. How do we merge those together? I've never done like vertical merging like in a serious way. Can I switch over to this thing? This would probably be better about now. Chat, what's the best way to do like some vertical merging? Can you attach a merger directly to the wall hole? I don't think you can, but we can try. I mean, I don't think that's snapping. Maybe that's... Okay, so hypothetically, say it's snapping right there. We only have one output. So what's the difference between what we currently have and not having this? I guess if we have the output here... I think that's actually attached to the belt, but then we're gonna have to do like some weird thing like this, and that's gonna be like in... I don't think that's great. So we do a merger like this. Let me set up another one down lower. C. It might just be we have to have floaty mergers. I don't know. How is this one positioned? It is positioned just right at the edge. Okay. So maybe we have it come out this way. And then one final one at the bottom. So we're coming out the side. So if I do a merger right here, we want the output this way. So our final output is that merger at the bottom. We did it. Now the question is, what do we do with the plutonium pellets? I have no idea. I think that's for another live stream. But I think we get a storage here.
Hey, Hip, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, Joe. How are you doing? Oh, I didn't unmute. It's going pretty good, Joe. How are you doing?
Good, good. I was just thinking I might head to the nuclear lake and see what you're up to, if you don't mind.
Yeah, if you'd like to. Just basically started making the plutonium pellets.
Woo!
And now we're storing them.
Excellent. Yeah, I kind of reached the point where I realized, like, okay, so now I just need to... I was going to hook up the nuclear power plants to process the plutonium to get the plutonium waste. And then I was like, oh, wait, I need a singularity sphere to process the plutonium waste. And I have no recipe for that until we unlock a couple more milestones. So...
Yeah. I haven't even looked at what I can do with it, but I am going to assume that we can't do anything yet then.
Yeah, not quite. Isuma was asking when we could get the Blueprint Mark III unlocked, and so I went over to the hub to pull that up. The 3 of the ingredients we already had a bunch of sitting in chests: the time crystals, trigons, and fused frameworks. The other one, the neural interface thing, which is that little purple box that it's got 100 of, that one you need the quantum encoder for. So I just spun up a first test bed quantum encoder. So that's busting out 3 of those per minute. So probably within a half hour of the next stream, we could get Asuma his Blueprint Mark III thing. And I can show you guys how all that works.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a pretty setup. It's just enough to get us over the hump of, hey, here's the designer you wanted. We'll build a real factory for this at some point. But yeah, it seems like with you kind of getting all the way through the plutonium pellet stage, you're probably about wrapped up on this nuclear site, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can definitely use some more work, but I mean, okay. So you said that we can't do anything with the plutonium pellets until we unlock some other stuff. I haven't even looked that far, so I don't even know if I'm wrapped up, but apparently I am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can use the plutonium pellets to make plutonium fuel rods. It's processing the waste that comes out after that we're hitting the wall on. So you could go 1 or 2 steps further, but... Yeah,
it looks like we can turn the pellets into encased plutonium cells, which is very easy, just some concrete.
Yeah, that's not hard at all.
And then, I haven't even looked again, so then we take those, plus some steel rods and heat sinks, which... I guess we've been able to make for a while. That's using copper and aluminum. Seems easy.
We've actually got a the heat sink plant is right next to the aluminum plant because they use a ton of the aluminum, the surplus from the aluminum plant. And I've got a drone port set up there that I can route. Currently, I'm routing some of the heat sinks over to my processing area, but I'm not using anywhere near all of them. So we could route a second drone over to you over here. So you don't necessarily need to spin up aluminum processing from scratch in order to...
Yeah, I would rather not, honestly.
Yeah, doing all that bauxite stuff. I was looking at it and I was like, this feels like a lot just to make some fuel rods. Like, we've already got the heat sink production. We've already got the drone technology. Let's just move some stuff around.
Okay, so we make the plutonium fuel rod. And then we get plutonium waste, I assume, out of more nuclear reactors.
Yep.
And then we need singularity and dark matter residue. Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, that was where I was like, oh yeah, I don't really
Oh,
need
okay.
to keep working on this now.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can't do singularities, I see.
yeah. We don't have so there's 2 milestones left at this tier. One of them gets us the blueprint thing, and the other one I think gets us that singularity stuff.
Let me switch back to this. Are you still coming over to this area, or should we meet at the
over
hub?
the nuclear. I'm out at nuclear now. Sorry, I should have said something when I arrived. I came in through the hypertube, and I've just been flying around.
Okay.
For right now, I'm by all the cooling towers. Where should I head?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
see you
guess
on the radar.
I guess we could go to the tower if you wanted to see this, but I mean, you've already set it up, so you know what it is.
I'm just curious to see how you did it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you built this inside of the gold top tower.
The what?
Inside the gold top tower, you've got your pellet processing.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said gold top tower. Is this thing even gold topped?
Oh my gosh,
It is.
I have completely fallen to my death.
Oh.
Womp. Okay, good job, me. I was like flying around looking at stuff. Womp.
Where did you?
I'm glad we have keep inventory on.
Oh, do we have keep inventory on?
Yeah. I don't know that we, in the same way that we didn't plan to, or we had the wrong settings for some of the other stuff. I'm not sure if this was the right setting or not, but it's the current setting.
Because I remember dying once. I think I've only died once, or maybe I've died twice. I don't know. But like, I got a crate. I had to go back and get it.
The first time I died, I definitely had to go back and get the crate. But like keep inventory has been on for several weeks. At some point, it got flipped. I think it was around when we realized that the monsters were supposed to be set to like only attack you if you attack them, but they weren't.
Well, I don't know if they're supposed to be set that way. Wells had his client set that way, and then I said it that way, and we discussed it, and everybody else said it that way, but...
Oh, you know what? I'm being told by my chat, keep inventory as a personal setting. Okay, well...
Oh!
Okay, well, I mean, if you guys feel like that's cheating, I can turn that off.
No, sorry, Joe. That's far too much. You're done.
Oh, no.
You're out of here.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know you could even set that, to be honest.
I apparently missed that too. Yeah, I must have flipped it on when I was doing my test world at some point and then not realized it would affect the server.
And how many times have you died with that on? Oh my goodness.
Way too many.
All right.
Really bad with this jetpack. I never made a parachute.
Oh yeah, it's right underneath the creature hostility. Keep inventory. Interesting. I'll keep everything. I'm just gonna do it. I don't care.
Yeah, why not?
If it's a client setting, like if it's something they want to enforce per server, they should just make it a server setting.
I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, so I have re-emerged from the hub at the Nuclear North gate. But yeah, I was just curious to see how you arranged, you know, your stuff because, like I said, everything I have is just experimental proof of concept. I'm trying to figure out how to make it look good when I do it for real, you know?
Right.
So I like seeing how other people are approaching these things from an aesthetic.
Well, everything that's inside the gold-topped tower is form over function. So like trying to get that hooked up was a real pain, and it looks like very poopy. Everything else was function over form, which still hasn't had anything like built around it yet. So like Azuma built this tower, put those particle accelerators in there, and didn't have any belts or anything hooked up, and he's like, go ahead, you got it. So then I had to like try and make this work.
Oh yeah, this is really tight in terms of the inputs and outputs and stuff.
Yeah. He left me like basically no room.
Interesting. Okay.
But I did get it to work after all, so...
oh, and so you have your outputs coming out the back window. Oh, I see. You know, I'm sure he can add some sort of annex to the tower to accommodate these downward pellets lifts or whatever.
Yep.
That's cool, though.
And then I just put a stack of conveyors or storages out back just so we have some place to put these and this doesn't stop immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these don't generate particularly quickly, but at least we won't overflow the nuclear waste. I think that's, you know, the big win on this.
I don't even know how our nuclear waste is right now.
That's a good point. Yeah, we should probably, you know, I wish that there was some sort of like display option where if you mount a display on a cargo container, it could read like, hey, here's how full it is.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Oh, okay, so the third one from the top is like nearly full. That's how full we are.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So you set up the iodine filters to be automated, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're partially automated. I occasionally go over there and I drop in more plastic or whatever because there's not like a drone port coming out of the plastic or the fabric thing. Is that?
Oh, I still have a plutonium pellet on me.
Oh yeah, that'll wear you out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Asuma actually really did just dump a bunch of these in the yard and put a fence around them.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty cool, honestly.
It's very Simpsons.
Yeah, I like what he did over here. This build is pretty cool. It's simple, but like the 12-agon we got going on here and like the nuclear waste and stuff, that looks really good.
Oh yeah, no, this is really nice. I like it a lot. Like, and this is the sort of thing like I'm not used to thinking about stuff this way. Like it's really stretching out my brain, in a positive way. So I'm excited to be part of this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, I think I have reached about the limit of my playtime for today. No Azuma seems.
Yeah, I guess he ended up not making it, but
yeah.
Oh well. I was gonna say maybe he'll be on tomorrow because nobody from England on HermitCraft ever remembers it's Thanksgiving, no matter how many times we tell them.
Oh, I forgot tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh
well,
no.
Yeah, we ended up not traveling because we just had my spouse's immigration biometrics scan today, so we had to stay in town for that. So like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be on for this, but you know, I'll at least be around.
Hey Joe, I'm noticing that our nuclear plants are not receiving fuel.
Yeah, I was just saying, how come there's, or I was just thinking, how come there's not steam going into some of these? So thing that doesn't have fuel doesn't have steam coming out of it. Where's the feed for that?
That's the drone port. So the drone isn't dropping stuff off.
Okay. So yeah, let me find the drone port from here. So is the drone fueled? Well, there's a no fuel, no.
Yeah, we gotta look at the other port though. That's where the fuel comes from.
You said you didn't care about fueling both sides. So yeah, let me go check the other one.
We need a drone that'll come to that drone port and drop off fuel, apparently.
Oh, dang it. I took the wrong hypertube. I'm halfway to fun zone.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, this is all backed up in here. I wonder how long this has been backed up now.
Yeah, I wish there was a better way to, like, set up a paging system in here. Like, I appreciate that the little rods on the machines go yellow if there's, like, a problem, or red if there's a different kind of problem, but, like, it'd be cool if you could say, like, hey, if this conveyor doesn't see something pass it in 10 minutes, like, ping me.
I really dislike that there isn't a hypertube that goes from in there to out here.
Luckily, our max consumption on power is luckily our current consumption level on power isn't anywhere near where that was, where that dipped to. We have a lot of buffer built in right now.
Yeah. Dude. This is painful.
So have you made it to the other drone port yet?
No, because I took the hypertube from the uranium area and I realized that that was just going to take me to spawn or whatever. So then I reversed and now I'm going about as slow as possible back to the uranium area.
Yeah, okay. I'm having a hard time figuring out. Okay, that's where the gate is from here. We need to probably like have like a catwalk or a road, like, because I kept looking like, where's the road from the entrance to the everything? No, there isn't a road. There's just a sulfur pipe.
Okay, so I'm at the drone port. And yeah, it says not enough fuel here. So what were we fueling these with?
Rocket fuel.
And I assume that's this lower one.
Yeah. If you look, there'll be a fuel icon on the input and behind the drone port that brings the fuel in.
Okay, the drone is now going. Hopefully it's bringing all of the fuel rods we ever need. There's like 143 here waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a drone port that's going to bring fuel over here. We can't have this be a manual thing because nobody's going to remember to do this.
Yeah, so when we had talked about that the other day, the idea was, or the problem with that idea was that drone ports are 1-to-1. And so we could set up a drone port that delivers fuel to that drone port, but the drone port leaving the fuel factory can't deliver to any other one. Whereas we've got so many drone ports at this point, it almost makes sense to set up some sort of train loop or something where we have one stop at the factory that picks up a ton of fuel and then brings it to all of them. Or
I
maybe,
don't know anything about the trains, so...
Yeah, well, and trucks are pretty unreliable if there's more than one truck on the road at a time, which I wouldn't want to use trucks for this, I'll tell you that. So yeah, maybe in the short term we do just set up another drone port to deliver fuel.
To me, it makes sense because this is like our next main power supply.
And
this seems pretty important to keep powered all of the time.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I just put another 5 stacks in. But yeah. Now, well, or the other option is maybe we build a battery plant here because we've already got sulfuric acid, right?
Aren't the batteries like bad? I don't remember. I thought they weren't.
I think batteries are particularly good for drones, if I remember. I read that on the wiki or something. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Okay, so if you look at the drone port and you click the little flashing fuel icon, it says supported fuel types, and it says cost per trip. So the packaged rocket fuel is actually really good. But the batteries are slightly worse, but they're not bad.
Yeah. Now, I mean, one option too is maybe we build a... Like, I was thinking maybe we either build a battery plant or a fuel production plant near here. Like, separate from the other main petroleum plant. I don't know if that's worth doing.
I don't know. Battery. I don't think I've even looked at, like, what these cost to set up.
Yeah, because I have not looked at batteries much at all.
Sulfuric acid alumina solution?
I mean, another option is if we're committed to just saying we're going to wear... the iodine masks or the hazmat suits for the whole rest of the game, we can just slap plutonium fuel rods in the thing. And a plutonium fuel rod, like one plutonium fuel rod, I think will power the drone for like 2 hours or something insane, which is why it says 0 per minute or whatever.
I don't think that's a great idea.
I don't think so either, especially if we might, at some point have guests who are just like hopping on and won't have all that equipment or.
Well, not only that, but we'd have to take I assume the drone's going to produce uranium waste, and then we would have to pipe that over and get that processed. And that just seems like a lot of extra belts and work.
So that is actually a thing that's weird about the game. The vehicles that you power with fuel rods, uranium or plutonium, don't generate the waste, which is problematic in some ways because you want the waste so you can process it into the fixonium for the later game stuff. But it doesn't create like a weird imbalance in terms of we don't have to create an export for the waste dump out of the drone.
Okay. Yeah, my vote is rocket fuel from our rocket fuel factory to here, dedicated for now.
Okay. If you don't care about how that looks, I can get that set up before I log out. And then we could maybe make it, give that as a project to Asuma to like make it look good later. Because here's the thing is like basically
I assume we just copy what's here and just extend this out a little bit.
That's an option too, maybe. Yeah,
and then we wouldn't have to worry about fueling it either because it's like getting fuel from that same location.
Yeah, that one we could pipe the rocket fuel directly into. So that would be of all the ones to fail, that would be the last one to fail.
And I'm pretty sure we set up the rocket fuel to be unlimited at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, you would set that up. And, we could even try stretching that. I don't know what the ionized rocket fuel is, but I'm assuming that's some sort of upgrade. I could check if the ionized stuff is like something we have extra of anyway, or if that's something that we could automate.
Like, how big are these drone ports? Just like 4 foundations, 3 foundations?
Oh, wow. Never mind. We can't make ionized fuel yet because you make that by combining power shards with rocket fuel. And we can't make artificial power shards or artificial power slugs or whatever yet.
Surface is too oh, this has got to be deeper, I guess. No? Why does it say surface is too uneven?
I think it needs to be 4x4 maybe.
It is not wanting to snap to be in line with the other ones. What the heck?
He might have just hand nudged him with the H.
It's possible. Oh, you can't nudge buildings, actually.
Wait, what?
You can't nudge buildings. Oh, no, let me nudge it.
Yeah, I was going to say, everything that you nudge is a building, technically. Because it's made with the building gun.
I assume that's where that goes, is right there.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, if you want to run the output line from that into the back of this container here in a visually pleasing manner, I'm going to run back to the petroleum place and get that set up.
Okay.
Which I can get to relatively quickly if I swing by the hub. So I'm going to go back through the cave to the hub tube entrance.
So one of these is, I guess that's incoming. This one's outgoing. All right, I get it.
Yeah, and if you want to rename that port, like Nuclear Lake incoming rocket fuel or something.
Yeah, I'll get it. All right. Right into there. And then we just got to rename this drone port. We'll call this one nuclear rocket fuel incoming. And this has to be powered. Where is our current power coming from? It's coming from right here. Okay, the drone port is renamed and it is online. Should be all set.
Awesome. I am on my way to the petroleum thing now via the hypertube. So that shouldn't take me too long to set up on the other end. And then we can let Asuma, you know, decorate those platforms to match the other stuff later.
I am trying to middle click this and it's giving me a conveyor belt Mark V every time. What even is this?
Not drop out on us.
How is this a conveyor belt Mark V? Middle click. Drone port. What the heck? I can middle click this, that's fine, but if I try and do this one, it's conveyor belt Mark V. I don't get it. So that's an inverted ramp. Inverted down, inverted ramp. This one. Wrong color. That needs to be this guy. I'll just leave it like that. Because we don't have one of these on the other side. I don't know if we were... No, it looks like he was trying to do something different for each of these, which is fine. Although we have them over here. I don't know. I'll leave that to Azuma to do. So we have the incoming going over here. The drone should be getting fueled from the location that's coming from. I think we're good. Those slopes are placed when X was having a crash loop. The game is a bit confused about them. So that's a good question. If I middle click this one, is it going to tell me that it is a conveyor Mark V? This one's fine. I can't even delete it. Is it deleted? I'm going to relog for a second. Yeah, I don't know if the X broke the game or if my game's just broken. I mean, because I went to delete it and then it didn't delete, and I've seen that happen before on the server. Like, for blocks that I've even placed. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. Can the drones run coal? I don't think coal was listed as one of the fuels they can use. Okay, so it did delete it. If I middle click this, currently building N8. Didn't they say they fixed that? I thought that was like supposed to be fixed in the latest patch. I don't know. I'm done messing with this stuff. I don't need it. It's just weird. I can middle click this one, but I can't middle click this one. Okay. How does the game know that it's an inverted slope? It like places it there, but like doesn't give my client the information that it's an inverted slope. Like I don't understand how the game files work. It doesn't make sense to me. Like how can my client render what it is but not know what it is? Like it doesn't make sense. All right, Joe. Oh, I just noticed now we have the blueprint Mark III in the upper right. I know you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, that was the thing I was saying. The only thing we didn't have was that fancy purple thing.
Yeah, just gonna look at that
Okay.
real quick. I'm gonna have to get out of here in just a moment.
No problem. I'm just getting the outgoing drone port set up for the rocket fuel. And you said we wanted to send it to nuclear rocket fuel incoming?
That is correct. And that should stock our uranium fuel.
Okay, and I've built a platform here with room for 3 drone ports. I've only hooked up the first one, but realistically, we might end up with other essential outgoing rocket fuel needs. So I don't want Suma to build a shell around this one, and then it leaves no room for add-ons.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, this is going to be a recurring problem for certain must-have places otherwise.
Is the drone on its way or
Yeah, the first one should be arriving to you. I don't know if it says the round trip time yet.
That's fine. I just didn't know if I was sitting here waiting for no reason or not. So.
No. Yeah, it should be on its way.
Here it comes. It's landing now.
It might not be bringing a full load because I built the drone before the belts had a chance to completely dump in the fuel.
Yeah.
But there should be at least something in there.
I just want to make sure things are working, and then I'll feel fine about leaving it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for... It is not good to... I'm glad I didn't start dismantling my other power plants yet.
Okay, well, it did drop off about 100 and change rocket fuel, so it looks like that is good, and it's on its way back to you.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, now at this point, the belts have completely saturated the port, so it'll have like a full inventory next time.
Yep. I hope the rocket fuel supply that I set up over there, like, will keep up with this, because I don't know.
Yeah, so the packager can make or can package 60 per second as it is right now. Or sorry, not 60 per second, 60 per minute as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think that drone over there was necessarily using 60 per minute.
No, I think we filled it up the one time and haven't looked at it since.
Yeah, but this will just mean that we never have to look at it again. Now, the thing is, though, if it fills up on that end and the drone can't unload, the drone from this port will just park over there and wait to unload until it's empty enough.
And that's perfectly fine.
And then as soon as it's empty, it'll come back here and it'll have a full load of rocket fuel again for it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to get out of here, Joe. Thanks for setting that up. And I guess we'll be back on Friday, maybe?
Yeah, I should be here Friday.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Catch you later.
All right, see you, dude. All right, guys, that's it for our Satisfactory stream for today. If all goes well, I should be live again in around 20 minutes with Jassassin for some modded Minecraft. I'm going to try and maybe get some food. Not a lot of time. We'll see. But yeah. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. So we'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye.